Hi, I'm Dan D'Agostino, and in this video we're going to take a deeper dive into William Shatner's reaction on his return from space. And to set this clip up, you need to know that when he's talking about the pillow, what he means is the Earth's atmosphere. And when he says, with such emotion at the end, to not have this, what he's talking about is the Earth. So let's watch.
This is what I never expected. Oh, it's one thing to say, oh, the sky and the thing and the fragile thing. It's all true. But what isn't true, what is unknown, until you do it, is there's this pillow, there's this soft blue. Look at the beauty of that color. And it's so thin. And you're through it in an instant. And you're into black. And you're into, it's mysterious and galaxies and things. But what you see is black. And what you see down there is light. And that's the difference. And not to have this.
So as we know, Shatner spent his career basically promoting the wonders of space. And he was fully prepared when he went into space to have exactly that experience. In fact, he says that he wanted to write a song about it. And before he went into space, he met with a couple of professional songwriters, and together they kind of worked through what his expectations were about being in space. And as we see, in fact, he wasn't overwhelmed by the grandeur of it, exactly the opposite. So Shatner writes in his memoir, "There was no majesty, no majestic awe to behold. All I saw was death. The contrast between the vicious coldness of space and the warm nurturing of the earth below filled me with an overwhelming sadness. I discovered that beauty is not up there, it's down here with all of us. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny planet even more profound." So our predicament every second is that we are actually floating through space, protected only by this thin blue ribbon of the Earth's atmosphere. And the overview effect, that many people get when they actually see this from space includes this kind of sadness, because immediately with the realization of our interdependent nature with this Earth and how life-saving and nurturing it is what in fact we are doing to the Earth in this moment, and what we're doing really to hurt ourselves and endanger ourselves. Out of this sadness comes a realization of our profound interconnectedness. And many of those who go into space will say that they have the experience of looking down, recognizing there are no boundaries. You can't see boundaries from up there. You can't see any differences in ethnicity or language or gender or any of the other things that really concern us. All you just see are human beings. Right? And out of this comes a kind of sadness, because it's like, why are we fighting one another when we have so much in common? When the reality is we are here together in this kind of precarious but very fortunate situation of being alive on this planet. Now, psychologists call this self-transcendence. So it's the idea that you're kind of letting go of your narrow ego, individualistic concerns, right? And suddenly identifying with all human beings. And Shatner just beautifully expresses this when he writes, "Going into space made me so aware of how fragile our lives are here on Earth, how we need each other and need to continue to strengthen the bonds that connect us to each other, because out there is no life, there is no us." So I just really love that. He's talking about the strengthening the bonds, but in the end saying there's no us. There's the self-transcendence right there. So in the next video, I'm going to dive deeper into how it is that the interdependent mindset may be exactly what we here in the West need. Those of us who live in this sort of sense of hyper-individualism and extreme independence. And how it is, I think, the interdependent mindset offers us a way of looking at ourselves that counters this loneliness, this sense of alienation, and the sense of disconnection that so many of us feel in this moment. So if you're interested in learning more about interdependence, I'm going to be holding an introductory in-person workshop on September 29th, and you can learn more about that by visiting compassiontoronto.ca. Thank you.